Hello, Lines. This is your Fine Arts AP Art Middle Ages Research Project video helper. You can go to readylibrary.com and click on AP Art Middle Ages Research Project. When you click on this, it is going to open up this. So you're going to click on the click here. This is going to take you into the Mac and Via group for this. This video will be linked here, embedded down here. It'll also be available here in your Mac and Via group. So I want to show you a few things right off the bat. First of all, up here in the view instructions, this is your project sheet from your teacher that shows you exactly what you are to be doing for this project. So that's there. Also, this document here lists, this is the 250 list, and all the ones that are highlighted in yellow are the ones that you are researching for this particular project. I've also listed them down here with some resources, which we are going to talk about in a minute. So I'm going to close this for now. One of the first things you're going to want to do is open up this APA references template doc. And when you open this up, it's going to have this little use template button here. So I'm going to click on that. Another thing that's in here that you may want to use, if you want to, is this notes document. And just like the other one, it's going to be a use template. And so if you decide you want to use this for your notes, you can click on use template right there. I'm going to click on that. So I've made a copy of my APA references page here, and I'm now made a copy of the research notes here. So I'm going to use both of these. So depending on what your art piece is, you could fill that in here. The main thing that I want to show you is this part 2, paraphrasing and quoting sources. So this document will really help you as you are working through collecting all the information that's on the project sheet that you have to have about your piece of art. So those are these two documents here. And so I want to bring your attention to this first document here, using sources with academic integrity. Your teacher has asked that you cite all of your images, which is absolutely correct, because all of these images that you are using, they must be cited because they are copyrighted. And so you can't just use any old image from the internet that you want for academic purposes, because that is not being a good digital citizen, and it is also in violation of copyright agreements for the images that you are using. You also want to make sure not only that you are using images that you are allowed to use and then also citing them, but you want to make sure that you're paraphrasing your information. And so this document here kind of tells you acceptable practices, unacceptable for some of the things you're doing for this project. And then these two documents will also help you with that as well. So back up here to these view instructions. So I'm just going to click on this first one here. I'm going to pretend this is the one that I am doing. And you will notice here's some information about it, some pictures, etc. I do not know where these pictures are from, but if you use this site, what you're going to do is you're going to, whether you use an image or information, you're going to click on this little Cite This For Me Chrome extension that should already be on your Chrome browser, and we're going to wait for it to load. There it is. So this would be the citation. So if I use any information from this Khan Academy site for this particular piece, I'm going to put that information here. So there's my source citation. Now, let's say I'm going to use some of the information, right? So let's say I'm going to use this information right here. Okay. So what I can do is I can copy it and paste it and put it over here in my research notes, because I have this little box that's specifically for direct quotes. So I can put anything that's a direct quote from any of my sources here, and then I know this is a direct quote. Now I can come over here and in my own words, put what's important about this and rephrase it into my own words so that I am not plagiarizing and copying and pasting information directly from the internet into my project. Because I have a feeling that Miss Foster is pretty familiar with most of these sites and most of the information. So if you do that, she is going to know pretty quickly if you are plagiarizing. All right. So the other thing that you can do, let's see, back over here. So I've got the Khan Academy sites here. We also have this Smart History here, which has, we're loading. So depending on which piece of art you are doing for this project. So I'm just going to click on this one. So if I were going to use any of the information from this site, again, I would want to cite this. So I would click on the cite this for me, APA, and I would cite this information right here. And so any of the information that I'm using from this site, I'm going to copy and paste my citation here and then put any direct quotes. What's important about this, summarize it, and then let's say you have more than one citation or one source, you can copy and paste this and make, a citation for. You can add to your notes, whatever you need to do. You can do that here. Then what I would do when I'm all done is I would take all my source citations, all the information that I've taken from the different sources, and I would paste those over here. And what I now have is my references page. And so I can delete out this example one. So now I have this one here. All right, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to pretend like this is I'm all done with all my sources and whatnot. And so I'm going to put that in here. And bye, kiddo. And so everything is here now. So I would put my references in alphabetical order and make sure they're all here. So now my teacher can see where all my stuff is. So let's say that I'm using an image. So let's come back over here and let's go to Britannica Image Quest. And let's come over here. So let's bye. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put Vienna Genesis. Say I'm looking for this. All right, so let's say it's this one right here that I'm going to use. Okay, so I can click on it, and if I'm going to use this image, I'm going to click Cite, APA, and I'm going to grab this citation. Now, I do not need to, like, these are just images, so I don't need to put all this on my notes page, but I do need to take this image citation and put it over here on whoops, on my references, because this is a citation that is for an image, and all my images have to be cited as well. So over here in your Macambia group, Image Quest, you can probably find a lot of the art pieces in here. I don't know if all of them are in here, but a lot of them are. Depending on you, so some of these other ones, like this ABC Clio one here, Britannica School, the Gale books, Gale in Context, these you may be more finding out about that period or using the smart history and finding out about this story about the different pieces, that kind of thing. You may not be able to just put in the search term of the art pieces into some of these, but you can certainly find out about the period, and you can find out about some of the more general types of art from those periods, that kind of thing. So these different ones are going to be used for that. So I'm going to open this one up and I'm just going to show you how to cite something from this. I've got a lot of tabs open now. I am not one bit surprised that I did that because I do that a lot. So I am going to let's just see what happens when I put this in here. Let's see. Nope. Let's try. So I don't know enough about this art to know what to search for in here, honestly, to be really honest with you. But I know that you guys will. Y'all will know that this is like the Byzantine. So you might search Byzantine in here, and then see if there's like information about Byzantine art. So we got the Byzantine Muslim Wars, Persian Wars, the Empire, the Crusade, the army. So there's lots of different things in here. Byzantine art. Here we go. So this is what I was talking about. You may be able to find things about that time period and some of the art, but it may not be the exact piece that you're looking for. But you could use this article as information, to for parts of your project. So let's say I'm going to use this, I would copy and paste this APA citation over here, and I would put it in here, and then I would, put my direct quotes in here, etc. Use this, so maybe I want to use this quote right here. So I could put that over here and then do all my, what's important, put it in my own words, all that kind of stuff. So you can still use these other databases. You may just be using, not necessarily looking for the exact piece of art, but more about that history. Same thing in Britannica School. So if I do the Byzantine here, over here, waiting, waiting, waiting. Whoa, how did I get to the elementary one? Uh, that's weird. I should be in the high school one. I don't know why it's going to elementary. That's not what I want. That's weird. Okay. Let's try a different one. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. Let's come here. Okay. So I might put that in here and then type in art. And so now there are some reference articles here, some images, but most likely I'm going to be using the reference articles, and I'm going to be looking at, some of these articles specifically about, um, the Byzantine art or whatever it is. So you may or may not use some of these, and that's okay. You just want to be really careful that you're not just going to random websites or some website that somebody like created and copy and pasted where we don't know who did it or what it's from. The Khan Academy stuff, the Smart History stuff, those are going to be acceptable. And then of course any other information you can find in some of these is also acceptable. So just make sure that you turn in your references page with your project, and that you're citing your sources with your images in your project as Miss Foster has directed you. And she may want you to turn in these research notes as well, as part of your grade, so she can see where you got your information and how you paraphrased it and all that kind of stuff. As always, Lions, if you need any help or you need anything beyond what I have provided here, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am here to help you. You can come see me in the library, even after the library day when y'all are here researching. And then you can also email me, lamberton@friscoisd.org. I look forward to helping you with this project. Good luck, Lions.